Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Poor Choices with the time of the month where we have a guest. First time. I'm so excited. LeeAnn Star.
Hi, thanks for having me
Welcome.
on.
No worries. I'm excited. We also have, of course, Tugs and myself, X-Ray Girl. And I am drinking. We love drinking on this show, by the way. I don't know if the wine glasses and everything shows that.
Yeah, I figured when I seen the wine bottle. I don't drink, but have at it.
Okay.
I used to drink every night, so yeah, I've had enough. So
Oh my God, your poor liver.
Mhm. Yeah, well, I haven't drank in like 10 years, but when I drank,
Oh my
I
goodness.
drank every single day, went out to a club, like every night I had a schedule.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay, well, you're living a healthier life. We can all appreciate that. We can appreciate that. So, LeeAnn here, who I've met through Chrissy Mayer Show, Simpcast, is, let's see, we have OnlyFans model. I think that your videos, I love your videos.
I haven't posted on my OnlyFans in like a minute. People are probably mad, but like I sometimes I forget about it. But there's like hundreds of videos, so I don't know. I feel like you'll survive. So
You can go into the backlog. It's all good.
Like, I have something I just have to edit it, and sometimes I don't have time when I'm dealing with like I do like the trafficking stuff a lot, and it's been like bad. So sometimes I just don't want to film, and I'm like, I can't make myself do it today because it's just too depressing. I'm like, I just want to go to sleep. So
okay, so let's get into what this trafficking is, because I actually wasn't aware of this. You do
work on people for your cause?
I only taught. Wait, what'd you say?
I said, do you need people to join your cause?
Oh, no. I've been doing it since 2011. Like, I only started talking about it because people told me to share like how girls were lured and like what happens and just anything that I've experienced, because I've experienced like a lot just from the victims. So I like share things because I realize a lot of parents, especially, they weren't aware that there's like high school age people like luring other high school. Like, this happens to a lot of girls and it's crazy, but they had no idea. So I was like, maybe I should just talk about it and, just in case they don't know. If they know, that's great. But in case they don't, because I just was like, wow, they don't know, because like their mind can't go there. So I'd rather them know than not.
Oh my gosh.
But I am not like Eliza Blue. I don't want I don't put it anywhere. Like, that's not what I want. I do it because I want to, and I have been for a long time. But I just want people to know what happens to like how they're luring them and stuff now, because it's really crazy and scary. So I think better safe than sorry.
Absolutely.
I think a lot of people too don't realize, like, they think that it's the way it's portrayed in the movies, where it's
I guess
foreign countries only, and there's like this crazy stuff going on. And yes, that does happen, but Miami is full of trafficking just right under your nose. Like, there's girls walking around, they go to school, they come home, and you have no clue.
I mean, to be honest, it's like that in so many more places now. Like, it's becoming Miami, and just places you would not think that it was as prevalent, which is so sad and terrifying.
Give us an example then of a place that you just would not think at all. Just
actually,
I would think Vegas,
not a bigger city. Like, you didn't hear about it as much in New York and things like that, or I didn't, especially in like 2011, 12, 13. It was more like Houston and places in Texas around the border, especially. But now there's like a couple girls that I don't know personally, but other people have worked with, like in Nebraska, which I was trying to remember the damn name of the town. I don't remember what it is. It's not the capital. I can't remember. It's like another bigger city in Nebraska, but it's Nebraska. Like, that's crazy. But they're giving them to like long haul truckers. Like, there was a girl that was like sold between them, like for a couple weeks, like a rent-a-center. Like, they were doing this to her. So she was like everywhere, but apparently the hubs are like trucking now, which has always been a problem. But like, now it's like kids. Like, well, I mean, it used to be like lot lizards is what they call them, which was
I've heard
the lowest rung. Like, that's you're very desperate. Like, you're very, very desperate is I really do want to go talk to some and try to get them out of that, because I mean, that is the lowest.
No,
it's crazy. But now even they are saying that they see way more like kids,
children, which I mean, kind of tying this to Sound of Freedom. Like, have you watched it?
I haven't watched it just because I don't want to like.
It's heavy.
I already know the stuff, but I don't want to get mad because I've been hearing just different things, and everyone's like, that organization is bad, but then other people are like, it's not. But then I did look at their records that someone sent me, and they pay those people a lot more than they're putting out. So to me, that's weird because a lot of the other ones don't do that. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't want to watch it. Maybe I will eventually, but I'm definitely not going to a theater because I don't really like going to theaters anyway. So. Dude, the last time I went to a theater was Guardians of the Galaxy, the latest one, and I bawled the entire time. That was so fucked up.
Absolutely.
Why did they do that? Oh, did you see it?
I haven't watched it yet.
I have.
I'm sorry. I thought y'all would have seen it already.
It's okay.
I hate it. I hate it every second. I'm never going again.
Rocket is my favorite character. I love Rocket. He's my favorite. And I knew the minute I saw the trailer, I was like, oh no. Oh no.
God.
And I still haven't seen it because I've seen
you didn't? It's so, I did not expect that. Oh my God. Everyone was crying. There was dudes crying. The dudes I were with were crying. Dude, it's I went there I smoked and we thought we were gonna laugh. Oh my God, dude. Like, no, why did they do that?
It was a heavy, because like when the stuff happens with the animals, okay? That's like when it got me in the heart, which I mean, like, especially if we're talking about like what we talked earlier, the trafficking, animals, like what I hate about it is so
sad. I hate it.
It's so sad. I guess the victimization of creatures that can't help it.
And the way, wait, you didn't see it either? The animals are cute.
I did.
The way they portray them it makes it so much worse. I'll just say that. I'll never watch it again. Never.
No,
never again. I will never watch it again. I like the first and the second one, but I will never watch that again. Never.
Yeah. See, and I worked at the animal shelter out here, so like I've seen what people can do to an animal.
I know,
like
me too. I can't do it anymore.
And I just was like, I don't know if I can watch this.
Yeah, I wanted to take them all home, so I had to stop because
that's what happens a lot with foster parents, right? They'll like foster a pet for like whatever 4 to 8 weeks, and they're like, "Sorry, can't give them up."
How do you give it away again? I couldn't do it.
And same thing if I like bred animals. Not that I would. I think it's too difficult to.
Yeah.
But how do you give up all the puppies? I don't know. I can't. I wouldn't be able to. Hell no.
I don't think I would either.
It's so sad to watch them. Like the mom is like,
I know.
I'd sell the puppies when they're like a year. I'd be like, all right, maybe they can be separated.
When mom is like, get away from me.
I don't need you anymore. I raised you.
No way. I have like 1 million.
Oh my gosh. So what I kind of still want to get into a bit of what you do specifically. I would love to hear, like, what is it that you kind of promote? Is it something you talk about, or is like organizations, or how do you work there?
I've worked with for a long time, they're not like they get like privately funded, but that's the way they want to keep it because they run like safe houses, so they don't want people who might say where they are, because some of the people are being chased, like pursued, so they gotta like hide sometimes, like with kids and stuff. It's just really fucked up. So they're like mostly privately funded by really awesome people who just want to help. They don't want to be like out there. They just don't. That's not why they do it. I just want people to know so they can like maybe protect their kids because it's getting so much worse. So I was just amazed how many people just never thought of certain things because I'm just like not used to. I mean, I am used to it, but it's just not that wild to me. But to the average person that doesn't know anything, they're like, oh my God, that is the most horrific shit I've ever heard. And I'm like, yeah. So they just don't know, so yeah, that's the only reason why I started talking about it. But like, I don't want any recognition for that. I just want to tell people like what I see, what I know, what I've experienced, so they could just not have someone they love be a victim because it's really out of control now, and they're just letting it happen, literally just letting it happen. It's really crazy to me, but I got started because I used to dance like in strip clubs. So I had a private party this one time, and there was like this underage girl that someone else brought there that was being like trafficked in real time. So I had someone I know keep calling and got her back for like a week because I knew she wasn't going to tell me the truth because I could tell she was underage. I was like, this is like a kid and this is disturbing. So that's like how it started. And I helped her on my own and got her a bus ticket back to Ohio and was like chased by the dude that she was lured by a girl in her high school who lived with her uncle. It's not her uncle, it was like her pimp, and basically made her fight with her parents, which they do that a lot. It's really manipulative. And so she would run away and they're like, oh, we'll take care of you. No. And then they ended up.
Then they trap her.
Yes, dude. And this happened too many times that it's like a thing. So yeah, it's crazy because they're young girls that are doing this, but they're victims too. It's just sad. It's really sad because it's like high school. Like Jesus.
Yeah.
Grooming. I didn't really
and
understand grooming until like they started talking about it here. Like I've heard it, but I never really but grooming is like that would be describing it.
A lot of manipulation and
it's like another high schooler doing it. Like they're
so vulnerable at that age.
Yeah, most time because the girl that lured her mom is like a heroin addict and she's too busy getting that and nodding off and
they don't pay attention. They're usually broken homes, not always, but usually broken homes, and so it's like easy
most of the time
to run away, and it's just
none of the girls that I worked with like in that time period, they didn't even have a dad. They didn't really even know who their dad was.
Oh, really? Oh my gosh. Sometimes like, okay, we'll go a little red pill here when they talk about like kids who don't grow up with dads, they end up in a lot of this stuff. It's weird to say, but yeah, you're right. It is true.
Men are protectors. I mean, good dads are. I mean, there's shitty dads that are in the home, which do way more damage, I think. If they're like drunk and abusive, like you end up doing more damage than if you would just leave. So yeah, but good dads, there's a difference in house and how you're raised.
And having two eyes on a kid is better, or two sets of eyes better than one. And it's sad to hear that a lot of young girls, and I watched a video a couple days ago about like the Andrew Tate stuff and how he like got some of the girls hired. And it's funny that you say stuff about like a girl talked to that high school girl, and it made me think of what he said. He's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get her to meet one of the girls that I trust that will convince her to come. And I'm like,
that's weird. Don't convince someone to do it if they don't want to, because then they're going to be awkward on camera. And you could tell, I can tell. That's how I knew that girl. Well, I could tell that she was definitely not old enough to be there. I was like, no, dude, this is like a child. And usually I have to leave. If they call somewhere else and they come, I got to leave because we're not allowed in case they actually do stuff, because we just danced. So if there was like another agency there and something happened, then we would get blamed. So we would have to leave, but I didn't leave that night. I mean, I ended up getting fired because they thought I was stealing clients, but I was just a few of the clients were actually helping me when I would go on Backpage and look for girls that like looked underage or looked suspicious, or if someone they knew called somewhere and they looked young. Like that's what I was doing on my own, which I do not recommend at all. But that was like 2011 how I got started. But yeah, it is. I just didn't care. I don't care now. I don't know. It's weird, but like I don't care if I die. Like I'm not scared to die or anything. And I would die for something like that, just because I think seeing it happen like in front of me just randomly, like seeing a kid there, like when we're supposed to be like dancing, and I don't know what she was there for. I was like, I can't leave her here. I was like, oh my God, this is like traumatic for her. I could tell she was so stiff and shaky and young. Like they didn't even attempt to. I'm like, dude, you didn't put barely any makeup on her. Like this is a kid. I was like, what the hell is wrong with you?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very dangerous. I would never do that or tell people to do that. I just like knew people in the business and like drivers and stuff. So I would have like a driver, and I mean, it still wasn't smart, but you know,
yeah.
I didn't really care.
It's tough to deal with those types of people who are like the pimps, because it's their bread and butter. If you take away their cash cow, what do they have?
Yeah.
Of course, they're
Like,
gonna
I
try
don't
to
even have
protect
anything in
that.
my name or
Yeah.
anything. Like,
I mean, you got high morals.
And yeah, I mean, it's stupid that I did that, but I mean, I just was way younger too, and I did not even think about it because it was like a problem then, and now it's so much
More
worse because
rampant.
of the border. Like, they're
Yeah.
bringing kids over here from the border, like
All the
way
time.
more
Well,
kids.
like, okay, so spoilers,
Mhm.
Sound of Freedom, they gave some stats about like kids, and the US is one of the fastest growing industries for child trafficking.
Number one.
And number one. Okay, there we go. And it's just that's sad to see, because you think about America, Canada, all these first world countries, you're like, this is what freedom should be. But the fact that they're taking kids and selling them, and they're able to get them across the border without any repercussions, like, that is insane to me.
No, that's
wild.
People don't even know, like, they never talk about, like, they find dead kids all the time down there, like in water, on both sides of the border. Like, I just like, they would just tell me stuff because sometimes they're coming from there. Like, a lot of them are trying to leave Juarez or get their kids out of Juarez. And they're paying like regular human smugglers. Like, they know them to a point, but they're not the cartel. They're not gonna, like, they're somewhat trustful. They just want to get them out of there. But the cartel and stuff are taking the kids off of the normal smugglers that are just trying to get them over here to family. So they're taking them, but then if they get sick of them, they'll just ditch them. Like, if they get sick, or like, yeah, there was like a 7-year-old girl that lost her brother. She said that the guy threw him away.
Oh my God.
I'm like, and he was like 3 years old.
That's so sad. Oh my gosh. This is a
it's crazy. They'll
heavy,
never tell us the truth. So, like, I find out from like some people at the border, and there's people down there actually doing work that have nothing to do with our government. They're just doing it on their own because we are not doing anything. So they're doing it just on their own. It's crazy. It's really crazy down there.
Good for them. That is upper level amount of effort. I couldn't imagine. I don't have the let's just say the ingenuity to be able to do that. I like to at least spread the word, if you know.
That's important too.
It is very,
donating when you can. Spreading the word is really important.
That's why I think the movie's good, regardless how people feel, who's in it, who made it. Like, it's still people are talking about it, so that's good.
Well, and the awareness is a huge thing. And like someone said earlier, Jonathan, like, teach your kids to trust no one. After watching that movie and just being more aware of it, I'm like, I can see why people are helicopter parents.
Right? I know. Gosh, the whole time, like at the beginning of that, the way the operation in the movie, they talk about, it starts with a modeling agency.
Yeah.
Right. Oh yeah, you'll be the next, whatever, and you could be a model and this, that, and the other. And they're like, oh, we don't need parents, just come back.
I would never do that. Don't leave your kid with the stranger you met yesterday.
Don't do it. No. There's another girl that actually fell for that modeling thing. She met a woman. It's a woman. Women are doing this a lot now.
This movie too, same thing. Yep.
Oh, it was a woman too. Yeah, women are real into this now, and it's
because it tricks them so much easier, because you have, like, females are just naturally more nurturing. You believe them more so, especially if they're pretty as well, young, and they're saying, oh, you have a lot of potential.
They don't care. They just want money, or they're victims as well. They just have been in it for a long time and they're just too scared. So they just submitted to it, which that happens a lot. But this girl was like 15 or 16, and she got approached for being a makeup artist for like things in LA, like for photo shoots with celebrities and stuff like that. Cause they're like, oh, we like your makeup. They were complimenting her makeup and all that stuff. And her parents let her go. So, I mean, this was like 7 years ago now, 6, 7. But yeah, her parents let her because they're like, oh, this is a great opportunity. And she ended up like waiting to go to college. And nope, she ended up like escorting. And
oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, and it happens right under, like, look at what happened with R. Kelly.
Yeah, I know.
And all those famous girls. Those girls were trafficked right under everybody's noses. Like, Aaliyah was one of those girls. We love Aaliyah. We love Aaliyah.
That is really creepy.
It's like, oh, you can hang out with R. Kelly and you'll be famous, and he recruits new talent all the time. And what people think of is like the Usher Justin Bieber situation. You know, Usher discovered Justin Bieber, and it was kind of the same thing. Like, oh my God, here's my card. Call me. You know, kind of thing. And that could have very easily gone the wrong way had it not.
Didn't it just come out that like Justin Bieber was going to all those parties at Diddy's, and like there was women, and like he was like 10 or something.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's gross. If you're a woman and you see Justin Bieber at that time and you think it's okay to like have sex, like you are sick as hell. Like, what is wrong with you?
Going to the kitchen and getting some milk and cookies. Okay.
Oh my God. Well, there was a girl that was like caught on video. Like, did you ever hear about the porta potty stuff in Dubai? Oh my God, you never heard of this? Oh my Lord. This has been going on for a while. I actually made a video making fun of it like in 2018 to be an Instagram model and how you get sponsors from Dubai. But there's like girls on Instagram, like if they're an Instagram model, a lot of them escort and they go to Dubai and they get paid a lot of money, but they are literally paid to be a human toilet. Like they do this to them. There's like girls have talked about it. Like it's a hockey Dubai porta potty. That is what it's called. They can get paid like 20 grand, but it is super degrading. They like those men are rich too. And if you say no, or like they could get rid of you, dude, you're all the way over there. They have so much power and money over there. And yeah, this is like a whole thing. That is disgusting. Crazy. It's disgusting. Yeah.
Do they know that before they go? Like they don't know about this Dubai porta potty thing before they go though, right?
Some of them do, yeah. This girl, she did, but not to the extent that it was going to be. But once she got there, she couldn't say no because she was afraid. And all the other girls that were there with her that she thought were her friends were like, no, you have to do it. You're going to make us look bad. So of course she did it. She's terrified. She's in Dubai and she talks about it online. I don't remember her name, but like she wanted to unalive herself and stuff, just kept thinking about it. But yeah, some of them don't care, but then some of them think it's not going to be like that bad, and then it's really bad. Like they're abusive to them too. Like it's crazy. But if you see like all these girls and you're like, how do they afford that? It's probably that. Like if they're always on yachts and shit like that, like that is what they're doing. It's crazy as hell and gross. But yeah, that's like a thing that they're doing now.
God. I almost want to think that, you know, like Japan has some crazy kinks. This is even worse than Japan.
I know. Wait, was it Japan that had the vending machines? Like with the underwear and stuff? Yeah. That's Japan. I didn't know if it was Japan or China, but I was like, I don't know if China would allow that. I don't know.
I don't know about China, but yeah, Japan has a lot of different types of vending machines, but it's like panties, socks, all these different types of things.
Yeah, there was some wild stuff.
Yeah.
I was like
that is very disgusting. Dubai is like when you think about a suppressed country, it's like the worse it gets with the sexual acts, I think.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. Well, and I saw, and I'm trying to find it. So shout out to my FBI agent who's now flagged my search history. I saw an article that was written by a psychologist that talks about, and this actually ties in, LeeAnn, to your world a little bit. She talked about how she has a theory that there's a connection. It's been proven that like the urine and all that crazy stuff that men and women are into nowadays is not always, but a lot of it is a direct result of too much corn And so your body gets used to the reaction to watching porn. So then you bump it up and maybe you watch somebody smack somebody, right? This, that, right? And it's like a spiral effect. So those studies have been done. But this one, and of course, I can't remember the name of it. I'm going to see if I can find it. But this one, she was a psychologist and she was talking about how she theorizes that the rise in child offending situations, we'll call them, is a direct link to that as well. What's the most taboo? I've done urine, I've done BDSM, I've done this, and I'm out of things and nothing is working anymore. So what's the next thing that's going to get my spike going? And so then they get younger and younger and younger and younger. And I was like, that makes logical sense to me. It's disgusting.
Yeah,
but it makes like that makes sense. So it's all kind of tied in together. And so these guys that are, obviously everybody's going to have you're going to have your weirdos.
Yeah.
But in general, because humans are weird, but the rise in certain things. And she's like, and if you go over back in time, like all of a sudden there was a big, huge rise in BDSM because of the 50 Shades of Grey books. And like, that was crazy. And then there was a spike in after, R. Kelly and stuff, there was a spike in like, oh, well, maybe urine is my thing. And like,
God.
I'm like, oh my gosh, this is awful. So that kind of ties into OnlyFans and all that stuff too. It's like, is it making it worse? Or what do we do? I don't even know. What do you think about that?
People say stuff about feet, and I'm like, dude, feet is entry level now.
That's like the least their worries.
Like that's nothing. Okay,
it's like
it is. You need to be satisfied more, especially if you don't do anything else with your life, and that is your life online and corn. I keep saying the wrong one. Then yeah, you probably do. But I gotta say, I know guys that watch that and there's no way they would ever want to see a kid or anything like that. So I think you still got to be a weirdo.
Yeah,
still.
And like even Mark here says that is absolutely not a typical progression for the vast majority. There is a small subset, of course, when they get into the extreme kinks. Most guys will never get the I need to be
but a lot do. Okay, that was like a thing. It was coming up more than feet at one point. And I'm like, all right, is this like the next thing? Because I am not gonna do that. All right.
I mean, the idea of even just like furries, like that isn't that bad in a sense either. Like they're not harming anyone.
No,
but like it could it lead? I don't know. It's just like there's conventions, like it's that big that there's enough people collecting together to do it.
I fully believe the furry movement at this point led to that Baldur's Gate video game with the bear situation. I fully believe that, and it just will escalate and escalate. I don't know. Humans are weird. We're a little bored as a species right now. There's a lot going on, but there's not a lot going on around the world. And especially in first world countries, like we're pretty cush. So I think we just need to chill for a second.
I don't know what's people like. I don't know when anyone like became like this. Like, why are they so weird and gross? And
because when you get desensitized to things, and this is what I'm going to, like people who overindulge maybe.
That was the study, was
overindulgence. Then, like as Tux was saying, the next. You people can consume porn and still be pretty normal. Okay, like we're not disregarding that, but like the people who do too much, it's like, okay, maybe we should slow down a bit. You might need a little bit of a life to balance things out.
Well, and especially if your girlfriend or someone asks you not to watch it or just don't watch it all the time and you can't do that, then you have a problem.
Yes.
Like you should be able to just be like, okay, especially if they're banging you. Now, if they're not banging you, I could see why you would watch it. It's better than going and getting it somewhere else. So then she shouldn't complain if she's not, banging you. But other than that, like if you're sitting there every day and you just can't wait to get home to go through the pages and pages of it, I don't know, man. Maybe you probably do got a problem. That's not that exciting. And it's fake anyway. I don't know how people watch it. I haven't watched it in a long time because it's just getting weird and I don't want to watch it. It's just weird. I'm like, I don't know. Like the step brother crap. And I'm like,
the incestual stuff.
I'm like, I'm good.
Crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's just like doesn't do nothing for me now. Like it's not even interesting or funny to watch. It's too oversaturated for me. That's what I said on my OnlyFans. I was like, I'm about to just paint my porch. Like, I feel like that would be more exciting than me, like, topless or anything. Because at this point, it's so oversaturated. Like, I don't know.
I kind of, I feel the same for you. I like the idea of being domestic, and I think that's a lot of as we get older, especially when you see like the world and how it is, and we just want to stay indoors. Angie says watching porn activates the same dopamine receptors as cocaine does. It's like literally doing drugs.
So at some point, whatever it is, and this is with really anything, right? So cocaine users at some point, eventually it doesn't work anymore. So then they maybe switch to heroin, or they switch to trank, or they switch to whatever, right? It's because eventually your body gets used to it and your dopamine doesn't react the same way. So that's what the study was. Thank you. I couldn't remember the word. I'm like, what the heck am I thinking of? Dopamine. That's what it was. It gets that same hit. And so
happy hormone.
Yeah, your body's like, this isn't working anymore. What else can I find?
Yeah, porn isn't good for your psyche at all, especially if you're watching it every day for like hours. Like that is, your brain is going to melt away and come out of your ear. Like you can't do that all the time. I don't know how they do though. It's so dumb. It's not even like good storylines or anything. It's just dumb. Like I don't know. And now I refuse to go on any of the sites because the last time I did, the whole front page was like a girl and like a dog, dude, like just out there. I'm like, what is this, yo? Like, why is this on like a front page? Like, no, dude, no. There was nasty shit on there.
Oh, what did Mark call it? Dog pilling.
That is illegal in all 50 states, all of them.
Yeah, that's disgusting, and I hate you. If you
Lady Gravemaster sent me like an article headline that said like Canada, something about Canada making it okay for that. I'm like, that is disgusting, Canada. Please stop, please stop. I don't know if it was real, but like I trust her. She does good research. I would have to read the rest of it too, though, to understand. But
the dude on Young Turk said that he thinks bestiality is fine. He's on tape saying this. I've talked about it before. I'm like, he literally said that, and you're going to get your news from this dude? Like, he thinks bestiality is just fine.
Who said that again?
What's that?
The
Young Turks?
Oh, my Lord.
Cenk Uyghur, whatever his name is. He said that, like, on video. And I'm like, dude, no.
You know what? Kids and children, put that in the same category. I'm sorry. Don't do that. You just can't. No, dogs aren't made to have sexy time. No.
I was like, dude, the dog says no. I'm telling you, I'm 100% sure the dog would say no if it could talk, okay? Don't think, oh, well, the dog loves me. No, it doesn't. Not like that, I guarantee you. Like, no, stop.
Not a single animal, fake, real, or otherwise, is not, no, stop it. Stop.
I even think those toys they have at, like, shops for women, there's like rubber ducks and stuff. Like, excuse me, I'm not using that.
A duck?
Yes, they have like a rubber ducky and stuff. It's so weird. I'm like, that is an animal, dude. Like, I don't know. Like the rabbit thing is like the funny one that everyone knows what that is. That's not like an actual looking rabbit.
It's just like a brand that made that initially, right? Like something, I would assume.
It doesn't look like an animal or resemble anything. That's just the name of it, but they have actual like rubber ducks and stuff.
Oh my god, I like want to search it, but I don't want to have that on my search at all.
What is happening?
The FBI is like,
these girls are talking about some crazy stuff.
Yeah, right. I just didn't know that it was a thing, and that's weird. Ooh, what?
Ew. Like, okay, I'm gonna say the biggest dog I've ever seen, 110-pound German Shepherd. That thing was not big at all. Like,
no.
Horses are definitely.
Oh, but you could die from that. What was that video? I forgot.
There was a guy that died
from getting
oh god,
it's pretty long.
A dog?
No, a horse.
Oh, do you watch Justin Wang on YouTube? Do you know who
that is? What's up with Justin Wang?
No, do you know
love the last
who
name.
that is?
No.
Wait, do you know who that is? Whose channel that is? You never seen him? Oh, he's so funny. He does like tales from the internet, but there's like a whole thing where these guys were like breaking into this farm to do that to this person's horses, and I guess they got caught. But he just talks about the weirdest things on the internet from like back in the day. It's definitely entertaining, and it's gross.
Wow.
So it's some of it's really gross what he talks about because it's like from Reddit. But yeah, these guys were like breaking into this dude's like horse thing to do this. They had a whole club that would do this, and the dude died. He died from,
I think this is the same guy.
Maybe it is. I can't remember his name.
He had like dark hair.
They had like a whole club, but he has a whole video on it. And I'm like, why am I watching this? But
that I will have to look up Justin Wang.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's Asian. His videos are really good. Like he talks about like just gross. Oh my God. The blowfly girl is the most disgusting thing I've probably ever watched or heard. Like, because there's not pictures, thank God. But yeah, that was like my mouth was just open the whole time watching that. I was like, what is happening in the world? Why are people like this?
There's some really weird people out there. And
oh
I
my
think
God,
with
so
the
weird
internet, it has almost made it okay to have some of these very out there kinks. Because when you find someone, you're like, I have commonality.
I'm not celebrated instead of like we used to throw people in an asylum. Not anymore. We're like, yes, queen. Yes.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm like, why do we get like this? Why is everyone just like, I don't understand at all what happened to us just in a very short amount of time, I feel.
It's a very short amount of time.
Yeah. Because you connect with different people and then you build groups and then you have meetups and kind of like how we do with like our normal pop culture stuff. Like that seems like normal, but now we're putting it with like some very out there stuff that's just on the line of like either gray or very in the black. Like, I don't know.
Exactly. I'm all for weird people finding each other and like they make friends because, you know, people don't understand you maybe or your weird hobbies. But like then people got to take it to like gross levels, like of just weird, gross, putting harm on animal type things. Like just be a normal weirdo. Why do you got to like do weird stuff like that? Like, one up each other. Oh, Lord. That is.
Oh my God.
Oh no.
Sarah Burris says, "Is there something wrong with me because I've heard of most of the stuff?" No.
There's probably something wrong with me then too. Because like I do know about it. So yeah, I thought you guys would know about it because you're like YouTube people. So I'm like, oh, they probably watch this weird shit.
I like learning about some weird stuff.
It is very weird. It's like Reddit stuff, I think, which I don't even use Reddit. So I only know about it because of like watching YouTube videos. I'm like,
and that's the thing. You can learn about so much stuff on the internet, and coming into this as like a very a person that wasn't on and searching for things to learn about.
Yes.
There's just you open the door and you get curious, and that YouTube rabbit hole of recommendations. The next.
Sometimes it's very terrible. The blowfly girl thing, I thought that was very terrible. I'm like, why did I watch that? Why did I sit there and continue to watch it?
I'm gonna have to learn what a blowfly girl is.
Yeah,
I don't know
it's
what
like
a blowfly.
A what?
What's a blowfly?
A what?
What's a blowfly girl?
No idea.
Oh God,
don't ask that question. Last time you asked a question like that, I taught you all about horse.
Yeah,
artificial insemination. Okay.
Oh yeah, but that one isn't as dirty. There was a need for it. You know, we needed to procreate these horses, whereas like there's no need for dog on human, human on dog. No,
none of it. Nada.
No,
it's trafficking of a pet. Okay, I mean, call it that. It is.
I remember getting traumatized going into grade school. My dad drove me to school and he listened to Howard Stern. And while we're going to school, Howard Stern had on some guy that like went to the ocean to have sex with a dolphin. Like that's what his purpose was. And he's talking about it. I'm just sitting there like, excuse me?
Wait, what?
I was like traumatized. I was like, what in the fuck did I just hear? Like a man and a dolphin. It was very weird. Yeah.
That is not okay.
No.
Did you hear about the woman that married a dolphin? Same people. Maybe they should have met each other, and then there you go. That would have worked out well.
Oh my god.
No, dolphins don't want you either. Even
dolphins are like super smart too, from what I've heard. They're a bit of a a-hole. They know they don't want that. They also have sex for fun too. That one of the only species.
But still, like, why are you going into their habitat and trying to get fresh with them? Like, why can't you just go to a bar like a normal person, or at least just call a hooker or something? Like, why are you harassing the animal?
or get the hooker to wear the dolphin outfit.
Yeah, like why do you gotta harass the animals? Like they don't want you, man.
Like dolphin like onesies. Just have some girl put one of those on. It's just leave the animals alone.
Exactly. There's many things you could do. Like not do that.
Not that. That is not it. That is not it.
No. They don't want us. Okay, I swear. Just please stop.
But we do have Ian So Forth just gifted 10 Poor Choices memberships. Thank you,
Leave Frank alone.
Oh my god, is that the blowfly girl?
No,
dang it.
You know who Lisa Frank is. She's the one that had in the 90s. She had all the colorful like dolphin
she's the artist.
She's an artist. Look her up. You'll know exactly who she is. Well, maybe. Does Canada not have Lisa Frank?
She draws dolphins.
No, I've never seen this. I mean, like it looks like something for kids and it's super cute.
Yeah, we grew up with that in the 90s. That was my entire like notebook binder. Oh
yeah, we don't have this, or at least where I was, I didn't have it.
Canada is a terrible country.
You can tell. You don't have to tell me that.
Wait, she thought Lisa Frank was the blowfly girl.
No, because I had no idea. It was the last girl we talked about.
Everybody send extra girl Lisa Frank stuff. We're going to do a Lisa Frank care package. This is ridiculous.
I can't believe you didn't have Lisa Frank. What are they doing up there?
I don't know. Hey.
I am offended. My heart is broken.
I'm so sorry. Maybe someone needs to get me a Lisa Frank notebook.
We're going to send you a whole care package. Right? You're getting stickers. You're going to get notebooks. You're going to get all of it.
That's exciting.
She have like a makeup collab with.
I bought it. I have it.
Oh, you do?
That nice. Like your tags. You would totally have that. Let me guess. Eyeshadow palette.
Yep, and I got the brushes.
Nice.
I got the eyeshadow palette and the little. It came in a case and it's got the little leopard, the kitten on it.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Oh my god. Okay. Maybe what I should do is get one of your palettes.
Yeah.
Cause you like I don't even want to okay, so LeeAnn, Tugs is obsessed with themed eyeshadow palettes.
I am. It's bad. It's
like
so
which
bad.
Ones? Like Jeffree Star
examples.
I have Game of Thrones. Urban Decay did a Game of Thrones one years ago for the last season. It's stunning. I bought the whole collection thing. Like,
I would have bought that one probably.
I have that one. I have the Lisa Frank palette. I have a Harry Potter palette. I got the Barbie box. I have the Barbie one. It came with a mirror that's a flip phone. I did it.
I think you have the Catwoman one too.
I have a Catwoman. Well, I have a Catwoman makeup case. I have Batman from Revolution. ColourPop did Star Wars, so I have the Star Wars palette. I feel like I'm missing.
I didn't see that.
I may or may not have ordered more Harry Potter stuff.
I'm not surprised, girl.
I would probably want that too. I love Harry Potter. I don't think I've ever. Who made it? Like, which brand is it?
The first Harry Potter was the Ulta brand. They're just regular brand that they do randomly. And then this Harry Potter I just ordered. I saw it on TikTok. Damn you, TikTok! But it's She Glam makeup, which I'd never heard of before. But it was really. It's the only thing they had left was the eyeshadow palette and the lip gloss set. But the lip glosses come in like potion bottle, like they're shaped in potion bottles.
That is so fun.
That is really cute.
And then they had the lip mask, and it's a cauldron, and it comes with a little. And I love.
Wait, is it actually good products? Or do you just want it for the packaging and stuff? Or is it like actually good?
It's both. I'm not wearing eyeshadow today. Of course, this is a terrible example, but I always, and my people who follow me normally will know this. I always have any eyeshadow I have is one of those themed palettes. So
nice.
I did a whole Top Gun like themed eyeshadow when Maverick came out. It was the Star Wars one, weirdly enough. And it was like I tried to make it look like Maverick's helmet. It actually turned out pretty good. But yeah.
That's cute. Because sometimes they do those things, but the makeup itself isn't that good, but the packaging is cute, which has happened to me many times. So, and the makeup is ass inside. And so I just look at it.
I'm trying to think if I've not been disappointed. The only one I've been disappointed in, it's not like a cute theme. It was when I started getting into makeup as a serious thing, as you call it. BH Cosmetics. I have like a London palette. And I don't like that one. Yeah, I don't like BH Cosmetics. At least their eyeshadow. The rest of their stuff might be good, but my face I usually use Elf, and then my eyeshadows are very everywhere. So. Dude,
Elf and Wet n Wild have the best. Wet n Wild has the best eyeshadows.
I've never used it.
I have been using Elf. I use their highlight. Well, they just came out like their Halo Glow stuff, but I've been using their primers and their face stuff for years. Like before TikTok blew everything up, I'm like, stop it! You're selling out. I can't find it. I love Elf.
Oh, how dare you, girly things.
Yeah, no. The chat always throws us under the bus and say they've gone off the rails. So
I don't see any emojis though. You guys are calling.
Yeah,
we're talking about porta potties and stuff.
Like, this has been like a very varying show.
Yeah, so eyeshadow's okay.
Okay, we need to bridge out.
We've lightened the mood a bit.
Yeah, exactly. Like we're talking about people getting shitted on and
God.
stuff. So you know.
Yeah, exactly. You're welcome.
Oh my God. Speaking of, I guess, makeup, we'll go with this one. Lofty Pixels Detached PP for 5 says the live action Barbie movie is worse than you can imagine. Plus, spoiler alert, Ken and all the men are evil. Is that actually for realsies? Like, I actually haven't looked at reviews, so I don't know.
I haven't either, but I've seen some things on Twitter. But I was wondering, just from the trailer, she kind of treats him weirdly. Like he's like, oh, I'm gonna come with you, or can I ride up front? She's like, oh no, you know what I mean? I'm like, Ken and Barbie have been together for 70 years. I'm so confused. That would be like if Minnie and Mickey were that way
together.
It doesn't make any sense.
And it's Ryan Gosling. I just didn't think women would want them to be mean to him.
Right? We're going. A girlfriend of mine and I are going Saturday. So I'm hoping that it's not as bad as everybody says it is, because I've had that happen where people in like our general sphere are like, this movie sucks, rage, and I'm like, it's really like, calm down.
I just want to see it, so
I do. I'm gonna wear pink, and I'm hoping. And I have my Barbie eyeshadow, so I'm gonna do that too.
Interesting. Nice. So Shad released a video today and says the same thing. Ken introduces the patriarchy to Barbie world and is the main villain. Well, okay, I'm gonna wait for it. Shad has jumped a bit faster on the patriarchy woke train than I have, so I'm more middle. So I'm gonna wait till Tug sees it, because she's closer to how my like I like movies.
When it comes to do that at all. Just don't do it at all. Like, it doesn't need to be in the movie. Like, they're like ruining so many things with this shit, and they keep doing it and not stopping, which is very confusing. I'm like, why are you doing this?
The
like,
hardest
losing
part
money.
Is and I'm gonna echo Gary here a little bit. The stuff we're seeing started like 2 years ago. So even if they find out now, we still have 2 years of stuff before the changeover actually happens. If they actually have changed in this moment. So we'll see. And I am okay if it's woke, but it is trashing the woke at the same time. But a parody would be fun if they did do that with Barbie, because that would be fun, I think.
So, they need to make fun of both things. They just keep drilling on one thing, and it's boring, and they can't laugh at themselves anymore. Everything is just a message. I don't give a shit about the message. Like, no one cares anymore. Like, at all. Like, it's not entertaining, or make it good. Like, they don't even do that. So even if they want us to get the message, you're doing it in a shit way where people are just like, I'm over this.
They don't want to hear it.
No, especially from them. Like, those people don't even live that way. Like, shut up. Like, stop lecturing people.
No one likes to be preached to.
No.
Ever. Doesn't matter what the topic is.
Especially from them self-absorbed fucking people. Like, are you serious? Like, no. No, dude, no.
Oh my God.
The nerve.
They have a message.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not supposed to. It's a Barbie movie.
No, I know exactly. It's supposed to just be funny and dumb and Barbie-ish. Like,
sorry. You go ahead.
Did we pick the same one?
Yeah, we did. We did. Tricky says shoe on head is saying oh my God. She thinks it's poking fun at wokeness, but I don't know. Margot Robbie is super woke. She can be super woke, but it depends on the script, the editing, the producing, the directing, all of that. It does, just because one person's woke doesn't mean a movie can be woke. And I'm gonna at least say, and I'll if I'm wrong, then I'll say I'm wrong. Give the movie a chance at least. The people who were saying last week that this movie's going to be woke, like, did you even see the movie? Is there a review out there saying it's woke? You know, we have Shad's review and Shoe on Head's review, so we're kind of in the middle still about this. Let's just see. After this weekend, we'll have a better idea.
We'll find out. I'll find out when I watch it. Okay.
Because hopefully there's just some stuff in it and it's not completely, you know. I just don't want them to ruin my image of Barbie. So I don't really care about watching movies unless it's a horror movie. I like horror movies and stuff.
Did you see?
I don't know.
What's the last horror movie you watched then?
The Evil Dead one, and I was so hopeful for it, but no,
was it good?
It was so dumb. Because I like the Evil Dead that they remade, like, you know, the remake of the Evil Dead, the updated one. I actually like that one. It's like one remake I liked, so I was hopeful, and no, it was like it was so bad. I'm like, why do you do this? You had the chance to make it good, but nope. I can't even remember the last good horror movie I seen that I was like, oh wow, this is really good. Which is
Cabin in the Woods is my favorite.
Oh, I know, I love that one.
That was a parody movie. I remember when that movie came out, people were like, "Oh my God, this is so ridiculous." I'm like, no, it's supposed to be like that's the point.
But like it still had elements of the horror, but I love the it just twisted in a way that wasn't too horror tropey, you know, like
it was like funny-ish and like making fun of itself.
Of course, the hot girl is gonna die first.
Yeah,
the funniest way.
I was hoping they would keep making them because they had so many things to work with in that movie. Like if they did the scenarios, oh my God, that would be great. And they never
made that universe.
Never did.
That's too bad.
Well, that came out right before the whole Joss Whedon drama, so I guess that makes sense. But another one of my favorites, though, and I don't know if either of you have seen this, it came out like as theaters were coming back in 2021, 2022-ish era, The Black Phone with Ethan Hawke.
No, I was gonna watch it, but I
really
watched it.
It's good. It's not a traditional horror; it's more of a thriller. It's sort of thing. But there are ghosties, so I guess it falls in that. It's honestly, I was really surprised by it. I walked out there like, that's a really good movie.
I'll have to watch that one. I was going to, and then I kind of forgot about it, so that'll give me something.
Next time you see it, watch it. It's really, really good.
Insidious is really good, and Conjuring is really good too. I wanted to watch the new one.
Did you see it?
No, I haven't had time. It's hard to keep up with all these movies because I don't like to be on someone else's schedule.
It's
the worst.
Insidious out already?
I don't know.
Insidious?
I think I saw it. Insidious
it came out a couple weeks ago.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'll wait until it goes out on streaming or something like
Black
that.
Phone, everybody's talking about that.
Yeah. So, okay, we got another super chat here. Darren Murphy for $4.99 says videos about Tate are lies. Charging documents have been released, and there's nothing about sex trafficking. It's stupid accusations about TikTok. I was just saying that I didn't accuse him of trafficking. I said I got vibes, very similar vibes from a video I saw of him saying something very similar about getting some of the girls to do the cam work. Do I consider that trafficking? I don't know.
Yeah, he's just like a douchebag. I don't think he actually trafficked girls. I only talked to one of the girls that kept asking the people in Romania to take her name off of it. Like they don't release their names, but there was like 2 girls on there that kept telling them to take their names off because they were not victims, and they wouldn't. Like the authorities there were not taking their names off.
Interesting.
Like because they were trying to get them on anything, and they kept telling them, like, we're not victims. He didn't do anything. We wanted to do this. Like most of the girls have said there. I don't know who the girls are that are like in these papers, but yeah, that was like a thing. So these girls are saying, no, he didn't do this, but they're still trying to say that he is. When the girls, the victims themselves are like, no, he's not. Like, and they weren't talking to him or anything, like, because they weren't. They knew that they were all, he's like Hugh Hefner. They knew that they were all banging him and doing this, and they were fine with it.
Well,
so
the other
I don't
thing
know
is
who
they
the
were
hell's on
paid.
there, but
they were paid. People who are trafficked don't get compensation.
Yeah, like they're just not. He's a douchebag, but do I think he should go down for this? No, not if he really didn't. And I didn't see anything that looked like, oh, the smoking gun. Like, where is it? Like, that doesn't. Someone's word obviously doesn't mean shit. Obviously, like, I don't believe all women. I just don't, because they lie. I see it all the time about really vicious shit too. So no, I'm not gonna believe anyone. I don't give a shit who they are, or what gender they are. Like, women are angels. Like, yeah, right, dude. Some of them are the most vicious bitches I've ever met in my life, and they're terrifying. Like, no. They're way sneakier than dudes.
Here, though. The weird part is that it's overseas. So I guess he's right. It does depend on, like, we may not think so because the U.S. doesn't define trafficking unless it's this or whatever.
Well, I feel like Romania will just change it if they want to. They'll be like, you know what? We say that this is now. So, like, that's how they are. Because there was like I used to go on campsites sometimes. I didn't really like doing it, but I used to go on like my free cams or whatever. And I know that, I think it was them or Chatterbait or both, but you weren't allowed to stream from Romania because it was such a problem, the studios over there that were actually trafficking women, because there's like weird laws there or something with Romania. So campsites were like blocking them from working. I don't know if it's still like that, but so Romania is like, I don't know what they're doing over there. They could probably just do whatever they want. It's like the wild, wild west. So but that's why he moved there. He said that, like,
oh yeah.
Well, now you're getting a taste of it when you're on the other side of it, and it's fucked up. So
at the very minimum, he's a PIM.
Yeah, he's definitely a friggin' asshole.
Yes.
He's still a jerk. He's egotistical and narcissistic, and I can't stand him just as a person.
Yeah. He's really annoying, and I don't think he's hot. I don't know why girls even like what? He looks like a peanut.
Money. Like, I want him for his money and his confidence.
And money. I don't understand this with women. Who cares? It's not your money. It's not. If he leaves you with you're getting nothing. It's not your money, especially if you're not married. Like, I don't care if they have money. It's not mine. But
I can change him.
Yeah, right. I don't want rich dudes. Like, I've dated them. I've dated athletes. I've dated, like, I'd rather not have that, because they can't control themselves, and they always think of something is going to be better, or like they're just never satisfied, and they think they could treat you like shit because they have money, and who cares?
Because there's always someone in line to be the next person.
Like, it's exhausting. I don't want to deal with that. Fuck that.
Absolutely.
Especially Andrew Tate is ugly. Like, are you kidding me? No fucking.
Yeah, I would say he's average.
I don't. I'm real weird.
Like a 5. Like, he could be in the middle at a 5, but because of his channel, his notoriety, all that like ups it. Because a lot of Hollywood is the same thing.
I know.
They're very good looking, but they still do well.
They're all pieces of shit. Like, I would not want to date one, like, at all. Again, like, it's a headache. Like, you can't ever fully like trust them, or because they're assholes. So you just can't.
You really can't.
And, like, I'm like, I don't want to be bothered with that. I just want someone that's like funny and chill. Like, I don't know. Money isn't everything.
It absolutely isn't. I mean, it's helpful, of course. Like,
I want to make money, but I wouldn't do something I didn't want to do for money, because
and be treated like crap just to be taken care of. It's not worth it.
No, not at all. I'm like, no, I'm good.
I'm okay dating a very average person that's gonna be good to me.
Yeah, just don't be a fucking loser. And like, that's pretty much it. You don't have to be like a billionaire. I don't know. I feel like that makes everything complicated, and just don't want to deal with that. Like, if you were with someone for a long time and then they became one, and like you know, you were there from the beginning and then it might be different, but getting a dude, especially young, and they're just getting money and stuff, like, are you out of your mind? Do you know what a headache that's going to be? Like, do you want to be worried all the time and wondering, where is he? Why isn't he calling me? Because why? Like, oh my God.
And Beebing does make a good point here. Average guys make $40K US dollars per year, but women don't want them. I say majority of women don't want them because they, you know, people do want to be taken care of. You know, majority of the people I even grew up with, we lived in cities. Rent would not even be covered by that average income. So find someone who's a little more grounded, maybe out of the city. I don't know. And that's the hard part, is like, I've dated maybe not as many affluent people as maybe you have, but I've dated an affluent person and I got to see the other side of the coin before even a part of this YouTube thing. And I did not like it.
I didn't either.
The personalities that I saw with his friends and myself and the girls that they had dated, I'm like, no,
it's
I don't want to do that.
Weird Twilight Zone. It's like very fake to me. Like, they're not real people. It's weird. Like, their personalities are kind of like NPC. I don't know. Like, they're not. They would like talk about each other, like some of the other athletes' girlfriends and stuff like that. And I'm like, y'all, or I am not like that. Like, no, I don't want anything to do with any of that. So I would just keep to myself, and because I don't want, I don't want to hang out with someone that's going to talk about me, like when I'm not there.
Oh God, no,
no, that's weird. I get weird when people do it in front of me to people that we were just with and shit. I'm like, I don't want to be here because this is really weird because you were just hanging out with them, and that's creepy that you could change like that so quick. And I'm like, no. Like, I don't know. That's weird.
Yeah.
I think I'm terrible socializing now too, though.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we're more in, like, especially after COVID, I stay in a lot. And Yanin, you have 2 6s out of the 3 that we know of.
Yeah.
Getting that first date, as you say, later is easy. It's the second date, because girls want it all. We want, and I'm going to generalize this. We want the money. We want hot. We want you to be a gentleman, but also give us our independence and all these things. And I'm just like, okay. And they're like, I'll go with red pill. Well, what do you bring to the table then?
Yeah.
That's going to equate that.
I think a lot of girls just think them, which, like, really?
Like, you have to kind of be able to define, like, what can you do? Okay, I'm an accountant. I could do our taxes. I'm really great at cleaning, cooking, handiwork in the house, projects. I don't know, trying to think of other things, you know.
Anal. It's like, I'm just kidding.
Sure. Maybe that's something that a man is looking for in a relationship. If you put a ring on it, you get my other hole, my primary hole, not the bonus hole.
Yeah, exactly. That you need a ring for that. I agree.
At a minimum, you need a ring for that.
Yeah.
That's a no.
Oh my God. But it's just funny, like, how people expect so much but don't want to give back. Like, I don't want to work. I don't want to do housework. I want to get my nails done.
Yeah, I know. Like, what? You know what? That was a joke when they said, like, girls can't cook, a lot of women can't cook. And I just thought that was like a joke, like a stereotype. No,
absolutely true.
They really cannot. And I'm like, why? You literally just read directions. Like, if you can read, you can cook. Yeah, it's sad. I'm like, wow.
Bring back home ec in classes, please.
Yeah, I mean, you just have to read. Like, I was like, if you can look up the lyrics to WAP, you can look and read the recipe and fucking make something. Like,
but this is where it comes from. This is where it's a problem with a lot of single moms. Not all, don't come at me, but a lot of single moms, they don't have time, right? Because they're at work all day, they've got their kids, this, that, and the other. So what do? Instead of, maybe they have grandma's great recipe and they never make it anymore because they don't have anybody to help out around the house. to balance out that workload. And so they get home, they have rotisserie chicken, which is what I grew up on. Because my mom, when she divorced my dad, that's all we ate was freaking rotisserie chickens, prepackaged chicken, right? And then you order pizza or you get takeout or you buy foods that are prepackaged and then you just pop them in the microwave or whatever. And so you lose that cooking skill, whatever cooking skill you may have had. And I still remember some tips and tricks, but I, even as an adult, I'm still like, I never thought to make those two and mix them together. Like, well, duh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so you kind of go, okay, you still have to learn a little bit. Home ec was a lifesaver in that. And we don't, my age and younger don't get it. We just don't get it.
No, it's not a thing anymore. I only know of one school that taught, not home ec directly, but a tech school in Toronto that does cooking classes.
They need to do that more. They took out a lot of the music too, like in
because it was too much money. It's too much money for them to sustain
and I'm like,
it.
that was like my favorite part in the art. Like my art room in my grade school made me want to be an art teacher. And I don't even know if they still have it, but we had like a kiln and we had everything, dude.
Oh, they don't have stuff like that anymore. You know what
they definitely don't.
Our class now is digital and it's that AI stuff now.
Oh, boo.
Tell me if you had this in your school. We had a wall of colored paper.
Yes.
That we did. You could print your stuff on. They definitely do not have that anymore. And only the older grades could go in and use the paper cutter.
Yeah.
Those types of rooms don't exist.
I'm
probably
so sad. Oh my God. Like, I don't even know what they don't do anything in school now. Like,
well, it's bare bones. And I think a lot of it is like they teach some stuff there, but it's incumbent on the parents being involved in the kids' education to get the maximum, which is unfair because we pay our taxes to pay for school so that we don't have to educate them.
Yeah.
In that sense, like, sure, I'll help them with homework if they need it, but I shouldn't be the one that been like, okay, make sure your parents do this with you, read pages, this and this, and blah, 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 and teach them. Nope. It should be on the school. But yeah. Oh, B-Bean's right here. YouTube will teach you to cook anything.
Well, especially nowadays, right? Oh yeah, definitely.
I do like that for certain recipes for sure.
And I get a lot of my like new stuff I've been trying out because again, you think of things or you don't think of things, but then you see it. TikTok's a huge one. That's all my feed is recipes. So I'm like, I never thought of that. That's genius. Like, why did I think of that?
Yeah, I know. I find stuff on there too that I'm gonna make because I'm like, wait, there's like 3 ingredients and like these cakes, and some girl made bread and 3 ingredients with like almond flour and shit. I'm like, wait, what?
Bye, Corey.
Yeah, almond flour can be really good, but you have to know how much to put, especially any nut flours, to be honest.
Yeah, I never used almond flour. I haven't worked with it, so I'm not really sure how different it is.
Yeah.
So
let us know. I've never worked with it either.
With flour?
With almond flour, I know.
Oh no. I usually just use regular flour whenever I bake anything. So I never use like coconut flour or anything like that. So I don't know. Is it that different? Like, do you really gotta know the
I think so, because I think I used coconut flour for a specific thing and it totally became too dense and like a brick, and I'm like, oh
yeah.
So
I would probably what would happen to me because I wouldn't think that it was different.
Yeah.
Like,
and it's different too. So like I am jumping on the cottage cheese thing. And
me too. I eat the whole thing with it. Like I started eating it the other day, and I actually got dates today for the first time. Did you ever see that she freezes them?
Yes.
Oh my God, it tastes like a pecan pie. That's what it tastes like.
Ooh.
And there's like no fat or anything. It's crazy.
I love dates. They're so good. I like the bacon wrap dates. My favorite.
Yeah, I never tried that one, but I was
like,
I
gotta share some of these recipes.
I know. Okay, so this cottage cheese thing is going around on social media, especially TikTok right now.
As ice cream, right?
Well, there's that, and then they're like making like I found this guy that makes dips. Like he takes cottage cheese and combines them with stuff and makes like dips that he uses for his veggies, and they're high protein, which is great.
Yeah.
So I've made a few of those, but there's that cookie dough thing that's going around with the cottage cheese.
Oh yeah. I didn't try that. Did you try it?
Yes, but I didn't have almond flour, and I was like, I'm not going to the store. I had a gluten-free flour.
And it wasn't the same.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to try and buy it with almond flour and see the difference. But so I did the measurements exactly how you're supposed to. You know, the tablespoon of maple extract or maple syrup, whichever you have, the tablespoon of vanilla, the cottage cheese, which is a cup, and then a cup of the flour. I didn't calculate the fact that I had normal flour, which goes right. And so it would not. Oh my god. So then I had to try and compensate. It's not bad, but it doesn't taste like cookie dough. It tastes like, and I think it's too much maple in there. I don't know, but I like it, so I'm gonna eat it.
Yeah,
I'll have to try it. But yeah,
yeah, I'm gonna try it.
Flour doesn't rise the way that normal flour does. Maybe I don't know, but
yeah, I need to get almond flour because I don't know. But there's been a few things that need it, so I'll have to get some. But I guess it's different, which is not good. Like I'm I don't know.
Why is this? What is happening? This is not right. And so I like tried to overcome. It didn't go well.
Yeah, that'll probably happen to me. I'm sure.
I feel like the almond flour, if I had almond flour, it probably would have worked better because most of the videos I've seen, I probably say like good 8 out of 10 videos I see about it, they're like, this actually tastes really good. And like, it tastes like cookie dough.
Yeah,
So
I've seen that. I've seen it once and I was like, ew. And then people were like, oh, wait, it does. I was like, okay, well, I'll try to make it then. But it looked like it would taste like Play-Doh in the first video I seen. I was like, that looks weird. I was like,
we'll see. But it's it turned out okay. I like it. So it's gonna get eaten either way. But I was like, I did not factor in the fact that this is actual flour, which does the whole like expansion thing. Whoopsies.
Do you have to freeze it or like refrigerate it or something?
Mine's in the refrigerator. I don't know if you have to, but mine is just because I like my cookie dough cold in general. Like even when I buy it from the store, like the packaged cookie dough, I keep it in the fridge. So that's just me.
Well, like you said that you didn't know like how to mix things and stuff, but something that helped me was getting HelloFresh, like just getting that and plus it's good, but you get ideas that you can just make even if you don't have it just from making it. And it's not that expensive either. So, and they give you like exactly ingredients. So it's way better to make it and you're not wasting anything, but their recipes are actually really good. I was surprised, but that like helped me mix things together on my own after when I don't have it. That one in Home Chef is also good. I don't know if they still exist, but that one was good too. But yeah, that actually helped me. So I forgot I wanted to say that when you said that. And then I was like,
yeah, because sometimes I struggle with like, I have certain things that I can make over.
Oh,
after a while, you're like, I want variety. And I'm looking at my fridge going, is there a recipe in here? I'm sure there is. There has to be.
My God, I love when you have like moms or grandmas that can just look in their fridge and they're like, I can do this.
You're like, you have one tomato. Your grandma's like, you have one tomato, a slice of bread, and like some rice, and maybe, a tomato or something weird. And they're like, let me make this 5-course meal out of this. Like, how did you do this?
It is actually so impressive when grandmas or like your mom does that. I'm like, I gotta do better.
I can do that if I'm high and I really want to eat. I will make something. Like I will figure it out. I'm like, I could do something. But with HelloFresh, I noticed you just put lemon in everything. It makes it taste way better. So
is that your favorite like garnish or ingredient? Mine is paprika. I feel like it's just, you can do anything with paprika.
My favorite is the freaking everything but the bagel seasoning from Trader Joe's. I put that
bagel seasoning.
Hard-boiled eggs on the hard-boiled eggs. You're making toast. I made avocado toast with shredded the shredded crab that you can get at Walmart. You just shred it, the little like dollar packs, which probably aren't good for you, but whatever. And I shredded the crab and I topped it with the bagel seasoning. I was like, this is the best thing ever.
Ooh. Yeah, you can put that on anything too. That bagel shit, like people put that on everything.
It is called everything bagel for a reason.
Yeah, it's so good.
Put that shit on everything. Is that like the new hot sauce?
I think so. Sriracha's gone right now, so they need something.
I like sriracha, but my favorite's always been Frank's Red Hot. Me too.
That's the one I always use if I use it. But
hi, John.
Oh my God, spring onions! I love spring onions and parsley. It's another one of my favorites to add to like everything.
So your
go-to and garlic.
Yeah, your go-to people in the chat, for those of you who are like, what the heck? Onion powder, garlic powder, or minced garlic, or both.
Yeah.
Parsley, basil, dill. Those are your... Paprika is always a good one. I recommend everything but the bagel because it's got a little bit everything in it.
Yeah.
And then of course salt and pepper and lemon juice, and you'll be good to go.
Lemon. You put lemon, I swear, it just makes
everything is always so much better. Get if you get garlic, like you can buy fresh garlic, but I personally like getting the garlic that's in the oil and then just using that. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, that one is way better than the powder. The powder's like fine, but if you get like the little pieces, it's way better.
It's so much better. Oh, yeah. More flavor for sure.
Yeah, they say white people don't like seasoning, but that's not true in all cases.
I love tasting personally.
My mom would be one of those white people. She would boil chicken, like just growing up. That's it. Not like bake it, or like she would boil it, and then we would just I'm like, why are you doing this? Like, why don't you do anything else to it? Like, stop boiling it.
Boiling just sounds so disgusting. Like it's like a piece of rubber at the end.
No,
yeah, she would put lemon pepper on it. Like that makes it better. Like
chicken is like marginally thing. I'm like drowning chicken in fat-free ranch or whatever because I just I can't.
Yeah, you need the fat. You do need the fat for it to taste good. Yeah. Speaking of, Ian So Forth for 50 British pounds, overindulgence. I feel like we talked a lot about food. Overexposure and ready access. I think he's actually talking about prawn. Yeah. More than that, for young people, it blurs lines in healthy relationships, which leads to a rise in people believing Tate-isms.
Tate-isms?
I love that it's a thing. Thank you, Ian, for the 50 British pounds. I readily agree with this. I don't know if we're going to officially call it Tate-ism. Are we going to give him that much power by naming something after him?
No, please don't feed the ego. I beg you.
Call them peanut-isms.
Yeah. But like, I could see like he is a very enigmatic person. And if you don't like, if you're just looking into his videos, he seems confident, cocky. You want to mirror your life with his, but unless you're rich, I don't think you can.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Good luck to you.
Just the shit that he worships, it's still like, that's why I was like, what's the difference between him and Cardi B? Like, they always talk, I'm like, dude, they promote the exact same lifestyle. So,
but
there's no difference. It's like, sex, money. Like that vapid shit. I mean, now he tries to be more deep since, the red pillars started idolizing him. But like, that's basically what his message was. So, I mean, now he's like playing up the old wise peanut, like instead of, the douchebag fuckboy. Now he's like wiser.
Ian, I'm so sorry.
I know. I was like, dang, girl.
No, I just saw overindulgence because we were talking about food. And I'm like, that's me. I didn't mean you specifically, Ian. I'm so sorry. I just want to address that. What I think a lot of the stuff, at least online, is, between red pill and feminism, it's a lot of people who've dated people that are bad for them.
Yeah.
That maybe stayed too long and are hurt. So they are looking for people who feel the same way to get back at or to understand. I don't know 100% because every side has some things that are correct. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not saying all of it is wrong.
Me either. I agree with some things that Andrew Tate says, but there's like, whoa. But there's a lot of stuff that he says, I don't even think he believes it. So just like Pearl caters to men who already have a vendetta against women. So they're like, yes, queen. Like they already hate women pretty much. So everything she says, they're like, yeah. Like, oh, okay. Like she's just repeating other people for one. But I'm like, that's who she caters to. So of course they're gonna be like, oh my God, she's so wise. Meanwhile, I'm like, no, she's not. She's not even in a relationship, dude. Like she doesn't even have a boyfriend or anything. Like, what? Like, I don't get it. I'm like, whatever. Like, if you already hate women, of course you're gonna be like, oh, he's so right. Like, well, yeah, probably because you never had a girlfriend, don't attempt to talk to girls, or you try to get girls that are way out of your league and make an ass out of yourself. Like, you can't pick like the hot mean girl to like be your first one you ever try to go talk to. Like, of course she's gonna be a dickhead. Like, pick someone else.
Oh, and that's like how it's the same thing with how when women go for we'll call it the 1%, red pill talk here. It's the same with men. They want the youngest, hottest, big boobs or butt. I don't know. It's just like whatever they fancy. But like we kind of have to just make average okay again. You know, it's okay to date someone within your range. Like, why are you trying to go over? Like, why is it that such a bad thing? And to be called average too, why is that a bad thing?
It's it's like kind of goes with this, but I think like did you see the guy that said Margot Robbie is mid?
Oh my God, yes. What
okay. I think people are, especially younger dudes, they're so used to seeing the fake pictures on social media that they don't know like what an actual chick looks like just walking around. Like you only see these ridiculous caricatures or airbrushed things of Instagram
photos.
Yeah, and then you see like a normal chick that is hot and you're like, "Oh, she's mid." Like girls that look like that in their Instagram pictures don't even look like that outside. So you're going to be very disappointed. Like that is not real life. So now they see like normal chicks and they're like, "Oh, she's mid." Like, no, you're delusional and you need to go outside more because that is not like those girls don't look like that.
Even if
there's an Instagram model that won't even do meet and greets anymore
because they're too afraid to.
Yeah, because people were saying shit to her, and I'm not going to say her name because she has a lot of followers, but she does not do anything because she did it once, like years ago, and people were stunned. They were like, "Wait, that's her." Like they couldn't believe it, and she got so self-conscious. She never did it again. She left. So yeah, they don't look like that either.
Yeah.
Like I didn't even know I was in the presence of some of them before. And I felt bad because I'm like I talked to them online and I'm like, I was at this thing and I'm like looking and she's like talking to me like we always talk. And I'm like, I don't know who this is. And then I realized I was like, oh my God, I didn't even know that this was this girl I'm talking to online all the time. Like I did not know. It was crazy as hell. Well, I was like, what the fuck?
And that's a funny thing is like, I'll die on this rock. No one will ever recognize me online or in person if I'm just by myself walking down the street. No one will because they're going to call me mid or something. But like, maybe they won't say mid, but like, I know I don't look the same. You know, there's this lighting, all this stuff. And just like.
Wait, I met you in person and you look the same.
Shush you.
You do. Like, I knew exactly who it was when you came. Both of you. Like I knew.
You expected it though. Realistically, right? You expected it though, right? Like you knew that there's going to be.
I didn't know that y'all were coming.
Oh, really?
No, I didn't know. So
I love that. I love that.
Oh,
no,
so like.
I didn't even know that you guys were coming. So
when I went to the airport with Mark, I walked past someone who would have known who I was, but it wasn't until Mark did that they recognized him. And it happens a lot, except at the Comic-Con. I think that was, people expected to see you type of thing there. But if you just walk down the street, I don't think people typically recognize me. Kind of like that though. I'm not gonna lie.
I definitely recognize both of you. I think you look the same.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd like to think I do. No one has recognized me at like my in-life work yet, so
never.
The crazy thing is to me is that, and that, back to that guy and his stupid statement. Objectively, his statement is dumb, which is why he got ratio. Because even if you personally on a personal level, because people were arguing with me, like, well, beauty is subjective. I'm like, yes. However, there is objectivity to certain beauty on both men and women as well. You can objectively say she's prettier than most girls or a lot of girls and go, but she's not my type. I don't find her that pretty. You know
and that's fair.
Objectively, you can say. Objectively, I personally don't see the hype around Brad Pitt, but I can look at him and go, objectively he's way more handsome than most men I've seen, or most men in America, or whatever statistic you want to throw out there. That's where he's a dum-dum and threw out that stupid statement, which is why he got ratioed all the heck. Social media, especially with these apps and this AI stuff, has made both men and women forget what pretty girls and pretty men are, handsome men are, because we're so used to seeing a dolled up version and like perfect on perfect on perfect on perfect between plastic surgery and the filter and all of this stuff, that even if we take that all away, objectively Margot Robbie's looks are way above quite a bit of people. So like you're going with a modern standard of beauty that no one can obtain without a filter or Photoshop or this
heavy makeup.
You know what I mean? So
lighting.
I wish I looked that good without my makeup. Sheesh, girl.
I know, right? Like it's crazy.
Well, I didn't even know that they had like video. Like I figured if I'm live streaming, I cannot hide anything. Like I'm live. Yeah. Apparently that you can. Like they're making their bodies thin, and I'm like,
what?
Yeah, there's a filter you can put on the stream. There's like
a God, just like Snapchat all over again, both streaming.
I'm like, I just want my lighting bright enough so these don't look so dark.
Yeah, like this ring light is fine. Like that's, but good. Like I didn't know that was a thing, and now I'm like, oh great, like they literally can suck in their stomach, and it's crazy to me. I didn't know you could do that live. I'm like, how much does that software cost?
Now? We can't trust anyone.
No, I figured like, hey, I tell people, I'm like, dude, because of course women are like, oh, you Photoshop. I'm like, dude, I'm live. I did camming, so I was like nude. Like, how am I going to fake that? Well, now apparently you can, so you can't even say that. And I'm like, but that has to cost so much money. Like, how does it like track and unless it looks really terrible, because I don't know if I've ever actually seen it except that clip of Kim Kardashian where they said that she was using it in like a Skims video and then you could see it morph or something. But then I looked into it after I seen that because I was like, wait, no way, dude. And I guess they use them in China a lot to film like fashion people to show like how hip they are. There's like this area in China and one of the cities where people know they're getting filmed, but apparently they make the women look super tall and like their torsos really long and like just giraffe like with like small heads. But this is like they're moving. And I'm like, how is this?
Well, think about like actual Snapchat filters. They track you as you're moving. So I mean,
that was just like your head. This is like a whole
body.
Like, how?
Well, that deep fake stuff. Have you seen that deep fake Tom Cruise? The fake Tom Cruise?
Yeah,
he literally made a video with Paris Hilton walking around, putting his arm around her, this and that and the other. And it took me a second, and it was. He did something or said something and it didn't quite fit how Tom Cruise talks. And I was like, that's not Tom Cruise. But I would have believed it otherwise if I didn't know any better.
Oh my God, so many people are going to believe that stuff.
His tie, you couldn't tell. I was like, oh no, this is scary.
That's scary.
I hate it. I hate AI.
AI is taking over.
I hate it. I made a TikTok. I didn't post it yet though because I listen to like scary stories sometimes when I go to sleep, like the narrators, and I'm listening to one the other day on YouTube and I'm like, wait, this sounds weird. It's a fucking AI voice, dude. I was like, I don't want an AI reading to me. I want it to be a human voice. It was so creepy. And they're pumping out like hundreds of videos a month. And I'm like, I hate you. Like, I hate the AI shit. I don't want art. Like, I want people to make art. Like, you can't take away people's creativity. That's like one of the only things we have. And now they're outsourcing it to robots. They're getting it to write for them. Like, we're just going to be obsolete. Like, no, I want human art, human made things. Like, that creeps me out so much. I couldn't believe it. It was like weird. I couldn't fall asleep because I was like, this is not a human talking, like reading this. This is so weird sounding. I do not like it. It's very creepy.
Well, like AI is actually absolutely insane. I actually listened to a podcast where they highlighted that you don't need a lot of voice to be able to imitate them. So if you can think of the good things, sure. If we want to call even reading a book a good thing, it's on the more positive end of things. There's a lot of negative people can do with that. And the situation that happened to this mom was her daughter was kidnapped, and they used voices from her TikTok, even though the daughter was in her home, but they wrote out what she said and pretended that she was like, imagine.
That's great.
I mean, anybody can take any of our videos at any point in time from just our streams and stuff and be like, you know, oh, she said this and here's proof, and it's, you know, my voice saying I hate blank, 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 blank. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's like, no. And on the even more disturbing things, circling back to our very first conversation, what does that do for the porn industry?
Yeah.
There's already that cutesy Cinderella girl. Like that is so wrong to put people's heads on things like that. Like that is very violating. Like I can't even imagine when they don't agree to that. That is, man, that's fucked up. Like people made fun of her because she was crying. Dude, no, that's weird to see yourself like that when it's not you, but it's your face.
Yep.
Like what?
It feels so real. Almost. It's almost like it's real.
Dude, yeah, I felt so bad, dude, because that is devastating. Like, girls have off themselves because of that. Like Amanda Todd, and there's
it's a reputation thing, right?
Yeah, like what do you mean? I can't even imagine seeing that when you didn't do that. Like that would be just gross, dude. I don't know. That would freak me out like so much. It is Black Mirror.
Absolutely. We're getting close to because even thinking about like the social credit score is coming up with cancel culture. Like it actually will be a thing. I have a feeling. So, and that was the first thing I think out of all of them that I could see happening.
Yeah. I definitely see it. The way we're going, I'm like, yeah, dude, they're already doing it. They kick people out of their banks and off platforms. Like that's just the beginning, and people are already way too fine with it.
It's not that it is here and it isn't at the same time. It's quantified in Black Mirror as an actual score. It hasn't actually happened yet.
Yeah, not in America. I think China, was that China?
Oh yeah, China had that.
I saw the video of a girl like donating blood because you get extra 20 credits or whatever for your score. I think it was China. On Twitter. I don't know how real it was, but that was the caption. I was like,
no, they have that. My friend is from Wuhan, but her parents still live there. So she was like telling me all kinds of stuff going on like during the height of the pandemic. And her parents were telling her like they are locking people in their apartment buildings. Like they don't know where their neighbor was. Like they're doing all kinds of crazy shit over there. They got scores and that is creepy. They still don't know what happened to a few of their neighbors.
Oh my God, that's freaky.
They drug one of the moms out that lived across the street, and her kid was like screaming, and they don't know where she is. They don't know where the kid went. They're just not there, and you can't really ask or it's crazy, dude. You actually get in trouble. She said her parents told her that they'll get in trouble if they had anything with Trump, like books or autobiographies and things like that. Yeah.
That's scary. Because when people I love when you get the question, where do your politics lie? Do you like Trump or not?
Yeah, I know.
What? That has everything to do with my politics, whether I like him or not. He's okay doing his thing over there. I don't care.
Black and white issue. Black and white issue. Who are you voting for in 2024?
He's just so well. I can't vote.
That's okay. You can still talk about it though. Like that one dude does. He doesn't even live in America, and he's like talking about American politics all the time.
Oh God.
Yeah. And I'm like, what? You don't even live here? I'm like,
it's the grift, I guess.
I'm like, why are you like, okay, no, Canada, I get it, because shit that happens there, it'll come here, and we're close. We're neighbors. Dude's in Malaysia. Okay. You have nothing to do with us over here whatsoever. And he got a dog killed and swatted someone anyway. So why are people listening to him? But yeah, you're allowed. You're in Canada, so I feel like it's very relevant. Like it'll be here soon, or vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I feel like you and like Lauren Southern talking about it, it makes sense because like I don't think Canada's that outlandish as Malaysia.
I would be interested to see if Lauren will come back and talk about politics. I don't think she will, but who knows at this point?
Yeah. That sucked. Like she was supposed to have that documentary with Tucker Carlson, and then they fired him, so it never came out. But they did it like about Canada. Like they did that, and it was supposed to go on Fox Nation, and then they fired him, and now they won't release it, even though she did the work and everything.
That sucks.
I wanted to watch that. I think it was called Oh Canada or something, and it was basically about it being authoritarian and, you know, Trudeau. Do you like Justin Trudeau? Do you think he's hot?
I think he's average looking. We'll go with that. He back when we'll talk about how I did vote for him his first term. I was a student. Policies that he wanted to enact did help me as a student. Okay. So regardless of if I made the right decision or not, it was right for me at the time. Now my life has changed. I'm in a different position. I don't agree with him now. I didn't vote for him the second time. Okay. I didn't, but you know.
Well, I mean, the first voting, I would say the same here with like when the first time Trump ran, I still didn't really give a shit about politics then until after. So I think like voting then was different. I didn't know as much as I know now, but like just because you voted for him that time, like obviously the second time around, you're like, yeah, no. So I think more people get it more now because I sure the fuck never thought I would be talking about politics. Let me tell you, like never in my wildest nightmare. So, but now I do like talking about it just because I don't know.
You're passionate about it.
Yeah. I was like, dude, if there's a draft, like if this happens, I'm going. 100%.
Really?
Oh my God. Yes. In 1 second. No questions.
Dang.
I don't hope it happens, but if it does, and they better let women, because you know equality.
No, they do. They want more women. They want more women in the army, but whether they actually have an actual, we'll call it physical role, versus administrative, that'll be interesting because there are some really good female soldiers out there. I don't know about in America right now. I've seen the ads for them.
There is. They just don't get highlighted as much as the dumbass ones that say dumb shit on TikTok. So
they're appealing.
You know, the actual good ones are ignored for the crazy ones that make us look weak and stupid. So, but they're there.
Yeah.
They just don't get recognition like the other ones, unfortunately.
Mark, I hope you get on one of the Canadian Army posters. You are a cripple, so that does help with our ESG score in Canada.
Where is the box, Mark?
I take advantage of his parking pass all the time. It's great.
Wait, what is your army called in Canada? Like
Canadian military?
That's all it is. Is it big? Because I thought someone was like making fun of it. Like they're not.
Like there's quite a. It's not as big as the American Army.
Okay, they make it sound like y'all are on horses with swords, like in fucking medieval days.
What are they called? Oh my God, what are they called? With the hats and the.
Lord Thoth, are you here? Oh, Mounties. Mounties.
Oh, they do have those.
That's the national police, and then you have provincial, which is our states equals to the state, and then you have your municipal, which is your cities. So, I think
they literally made Canadian like military sound like y'all are on horses, like Gettysburg shit. And I'm like, what?
No, we have stuff like we have like planes and helicopters and guns and all this stuff.
That's good.
I remember talking to, I forgot who it was, that like if you get into this like elite sniper squad, we have like a top 50 sniper squad in like the country.
That's
and
awesome.
I mean, I've never heard of that until that moment, but I would love to be able to be in that like
me
secret
too.
missions.
I regret not doing it. My brother kept telling me to like join because he was in it, and I just never did. And then it was like too late, and I'm like, I should have though.
Ooh.
I feel like it would have been way better.
Oh, see, apparently snipers are a thing in Canada. I didn't know that.
Me either. That's why I wasn't like sure
Best
exactly.
snipers in the world, except for Chris Kyle.
Who's that? Who's Chris Kyle?
Get out. American Sniper.
Oh, okay. Is this a movie? I don't know.
Well, it's a book first. It's also a movie. Do both. You have an audiobook channel. Read American Sniper. Look him up. Amazing.
Our special forces are some of the best in the world. Best paid too. I will say this: Canadian Army, pretty well paid.
Yeah, see, that's better.
Good education.
Don't do that here. I feel like they should get way more, and they get treated like shit at the VA and everything else. So,
trust me, we still have that. I'm sure.
Yeah.
We'll see when Mark ever retires how that's gonna be for him. I hope, because he's gonna have to rely more on them than other people have. It's a movie based on a book based on real life, dude. X-ray girl. Okay. I'm not gonna lie. I lived under a rock. Okay.
That book made me cry. But Chris Kyle, real American hero, U.S. Navy SEAL sniper, got a buttload of kills. I don't remember the exact number. The chat can tell me, I'm sure. And then after he got out of the military, he helped veterans with PTSD and stuff. And one of the ways he would do that is they would go out like in the woods and shoot in the woods and kind of shoot the shit together, but literally shoot, like gun training. And he ended up being murdered by one of the people he was trying to help.
No. When I say education, they pay for your education for like 2 years when you leave the army for certain reasons. Okay. I'm not saying like indoctrination. Not everything's a conspiracy. Not everything is a conspiracy. Okay. Like there are some good things about the army. And working for the government. Okay, it's a government job. I thought we all wanted those. Very safe, good pension, all the good things.
Honestly, that's where it's at right now, people. If you want something
you need
stable,
to get in the government to change the government. I think people should be running for any office they can, local, doesn't matter how small you think it is. You should be getting government jobs, like, so we can get the crazy fucking people out. And then normal people can get in there and maybe start to change it. Because, I mean, it's a big cesspool, man. You got to do something. I mean, that's the only non-violent way that you could change things at this point. So
snipe them out the non-lethal way.
Yep. Yep, exactly.
Oh my gosh. We got another super chat here. Smoking Patriot for $9.99. Things I've learned about most women. They want lifestyle over relationship. Most successful marriages I have known live simpler lives, but are much more fulfilled. I can agree with some of that. Yeah, for sure. I think Mark's phone. Sorry about the people who got timed out. Mark is doing something crazy. But anyways, the easier your life is in terms of like non-complications, you live more in the country, the very simple house, all that type of things. I think that actually does bring you to be happier, because isn't there like a sort of like graph that after a certain amount of money, the happiness is all the same?
Yeah.
If not actually less happy after a certain point.
Yep. Because they're not like working for anything anymore, and they used to like strive to be able to do this and get this, but then when you get everything, then what? You're just like, well, I already did it.
Well, and this kind of goes back to even the idea of the overuse of porn for those people who get too, desensitized. It's the same thing with the money. You're just looking for the next hit that will make you happier. Buying a car, buying a house, buying all these lavish things. Is actual item things going to make you happy?
No.
Not really. Having a fulfilled relationship with your family, your parents, your kids, your wife, husband, doesn't matter. That will bring you more happiness than anything. And that's something that I had to actually learn on my own, and I'm happy I did. And that's why I say experience is actually really great.
Yeah, I think people could be happier like when they can sustain. Like it's not great for anyone in any relationship if you're just struggling all the time. That is probably detrimental. So, I mean, I get it because you're stressed and you got to pay for a lot of stuff. So, but you don't need millions of dollars to like be happy, because the girls that I still am friends with that are married to really rich men, they are always lonely. They always don't know what he's doing. They cheat all the time, but they stay because they pay for everything and they don't care. And they're like, I don't care what he does. I'm going to get mine. So, but they're not happy, which is sad, honestly, because you could just tell like the light in their eyes is not there. They're just there surviving and living with money, not the person anymore, because they're just doing whatever they want. And that's why I don't know if I'd want someone really rich. Doesn't seem fun from what I've seen.
No. And there are, exceptions, I'm sure.
I just haven't really seen any, but I'm sure they're out there somewhere. They're married, so I wouldn't know who they are. They're not trying to get with me, and they're not looking at, Instagram, trying to get a Dubai porta potty over there. They're happy with their wife. So we don't know them. So I am sure.
And that's like Mike is saying something so true. We all go out the same way. Doesn't matter.
The same way, yelling, "Oh shit!"
Yeah. Well,
exactly.
So I look at healthcare's a little different, of course, in the States, but because we don't have as much privatized healthcare here, but you're treated the same whether you're rich or not. I mean, there's a little bit of favoritism if you are a celebrity. I've seen it. You want to get on the good side. But, whether you make millions of dollars or you're that homeless person, you're still going to be treated the same.
Yeah.
So,
well, you might get better treatment if you are trans, though, because they are above us all.
Oh my God. Well, when that happens, that a trans person comes in, because it does confuse me a little bit. I need to know your biological sex.
Okay? Yeah.
I like that you have your things that you love about yourself. I don't care about that. I need to know if you have a uterus and if you're pregnant.
Yeah.
Okay, it's very important.
Yeah, like, do you want to die? Like, for this reason? Like, you can be whatever you want, but I need to know what's in there. Okay, for real. If you want me to fix you, because like, what the hell, dude?
You're right.
Wait, have they done that to you? Have you had to deal with that?
Yeah, because like in our hospital, we have pronouns in the like brackets of beside their name, and we have preferred name too. But we've used preferred names because sometimes people actually like using their middle name, or they don't like their first name because of whatever, right? And that's fine. I get it. We have nicknames. No one likes a name like, I don't know, like Beatrice.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think about like some like old tiny name, so they'll have a nickname. But like I had a patient that was non-binary. Their pronouns were they, them. And I asked, were you born with a biological sex of female? Because I have to know. Because guess what? If you're female and your baby gets cancer, and I don't ask.
A doctor and stuff needs to know what they're working with. Like, that is ridiculous. Like, the pride thing, like, come on, man. Like, just no, he's not going to go out and announce to the world like, hey everyone, this chick got a dick. No one cares. Just tell us so we can fix you so you don't die. Or like, I don't understand their mind, like why they do this,
why they need everyone to
affirm it.
Yes,
at all times, or it just doesn't count. Like, dude, I can't live in your delusion. You can do that. I don't force me to. Like, especially if you are just lazy about it. Like, like the GameStop, ma'am. No, I'm sorry.
Ma'am.
Yeah, I'm sorry. No, that's Buffalo Bill. And no, like, I'm not doing it. Like, you just can't wake up and be like, yeah, I am. Today, I'm a zebra. And then I can't expect everyone to like look at me and know that I'm a zebra. Like, oh, excuse me? Like, that's how it is. It's insane. Like, they change it every day, too. And I'm
funny. The funny thing is, like, I've learned to not care about what people think. Unless, you're my friend or family. Those are the two people two sets of people who I actually care about their opinions. Person on Twitter, if they say anything mean to me, and things have been said, I've noticed, but does it really matter? No, because who is this avatar, nameless person with 10 followers? How should that affect your life? I don't think it should.
No, it really shouldn't. That all the time. They'll like erase their content and like don't say anything anymore. I'm like, dude, who cares what they say? Like, who is that? Are you gonna think of them on your deathbed, or do you hang out with them? Does it matter? No, like they live to be miserable on the internet. So who gives a shit?
Yeah,
like who cares? People always like dull their shine because like
other
one
people
thing will happen. I'm like, who? Fuck them. Who cares?
Yeah, think about what matters more and whose opinion matters the most, and you'll be a happier person for it, for sure.
It's not weirdos on the internet. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Except us. Okay.
Yeah. Except
except us.
Oh, I was totally gonna highlight something else. Whoopsies.
Oh.
But the ponytails, yes. Here, even if they had 1 million followers, it shouldn't matter. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because who are they to you? No one. Absolutely no one. Nope. But I will just say I've been made fun of by the small people so far. No one big has made fun of me yet. But will it matter to me? No, probably not. Unless do I have anyone in my life that has 1 million followers? I'm sure. A drinker maybe.
Yeah.
He doesn't count. He's got a Scottish accent that was guaranteed.
Yeah, it'll sound good if it's bad or good coming out of his mouth because of his accent.
It doesn't matter what that man says. That man could demon dog themselves, and he would be like, "That's 1 million followers."
I wish I had a Scottish accent.
It does sound really, really good. Smoking Patriot for $4.99 says, also my fiance told me she would rather live in a mobile home and be happy than have tons of money and have all the problems. I love that. Your fiance, that's a good one. That is a good one. So you keep her. She's not vapid.
Dude, a lot of money does bring a lot of problems. It does. Like there's a few people I know that have money, and it's like a headache, really. Like I feel bad for them sometimes. Just like they can never just not have shit like that and people like that trying to get stuff off you all the time, and it sounds like a lot of work. Like
it is.
You don't know who is there for you or your money. Like no.
It's hard to sift through the crap. It's like going on a dating app when you're a young female. It's a lot, okay?
I've never used a dating app, but they seem very terrifying from what I see.
It is terrifying. I will say I used it to boost my ego a fair few times.
I mean, is there anyone hot on there? Like, I just don't.
There's a few, very few. In Toronto, there weren't as many. I did go on dating apps just to see in different countries, certain ones, depending on your flavor, you might like. I'd say in the Europeans, it's significantly better.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So yeah.
But I went to Italy. I don't remember seeing anyone like really hot. Like I was like, oh my God.
Were you in the tourist area though, or were you in the country?
Yeah, area? I went to Rome and Florence and
Venice. You gotta get out of the city. That's where you'll meet the quality.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to see the historic stuff because I'm like obsessed with that. So I'd rather see that than a dude anyway. I'm like, I'd rather go to the Coliseum. And
that is one place I would love to. Like, if I could go anywhere in the world, I'd go to the Coliseum and walk everywhere. Anywhere I'd want.
Me too. I want to see the underground tunnel thing. And I found out that you can, like, where they would like have the gladiators, like in the cells or whatever, like underneath. But it's only certain times they'll take you, and I didn't know till after. But they apparently, I don't know if they still do it, but they'll like take you. Like they used to keep like lions down there, so when they would like come up, like I want to do that so much.
That's insane. That's pretty cool though.
Graffiti there. And I was like shocked. I was like, who the fuck graffitis on shit like this?
History. I hate
Like,
people that do that. Don't
what is
destroy
wrong
it.
with you? What are you doing defiling this
Mhm.
amazingness? I couldn't believe it. Like, it's just like nothing to the people that live there, though.
Mhm.
Like, they're like, fuck
They're
this
used to
place.
it. They're used to it.
Mhm.
Desensitized.
I know. Oh my God. How could you? I don't think even if I lived there, I would be. Like, I actually
Mhm.
looked into moving there. It's really expensive for
Mhm.
really tiny apartments, like where I
Like
would
New
want
York
to live
prices
there.
or worse?
What's that?
New York prices are worse.
Lower. Oh, they're lower than New
Oh,
York.
okay.
Yeah, they were lower. But it's a lot of work to get there. Like, to get citizenship there, it ain't like here where you can just not do anything. Like, that's not how it works most places. It's actually pretty difficult to, like, get everything together to become a citizen if you move there. You know, it's not like here. So
Mhm.
stupid. Like, I'm like, do you think come anywhere else and just get all the benefits and not do anything or be legal? Like, I can't do that if I want to go to Italy. Like, they won't
Mhm.
do that shit. They'll be like, mm-mm. But
Mhm.
here, yeah, apparently you can. Or maybe Italy's different now. I guess it is different.
We won't know because post-COVID is a whole new world, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I've heard differing things. So I don't really know how it is over there. Do they have like a really bad immigration problem? Like how they did in like France and shit over there?
Is
Like,
France
I
still
don't know.
burning?
France is like
They're not
crazy,
doing
dude.
okay.
Like, I feel bad for
Yeah.
people over there. I
Yeah.
mean, and in the UK too. They're like, they kicked out all these people like having weddings in this big Victorian castle. I can't remember the name of it, but they like canceled the shit, kicked people out of this huge landmark and put like migrants in it,
Oh
illegal, and
God.
they like are wrecking it and just they're complaining that it's not good enough. Like, it is wild to me.
Mm,
I'm like, are you serious? You're in a fucking castle that so many people can't even afford to go
yeah.
in on their own, and you're complaining? Like, damn, yo.
The grass is not greener, always greener on the other side type of thing, right?
Mhm.
So,
That's
um,
wild.
we got one more super chat here. Andrew Matthews for 5 British pounds says, "LeeAnn, how did you get into stripping? You seem very smart, articulate, and based."
Thanks. I actually talked about this before, like on Rumble, because I talked about like the dark shit of the adult crap. Because I don't recommend girls to do it, but I was just in like a bad home situation. I
Mm.
hated my mother's boyfriend and I wanted out. So as soon as I turned 18, I just did it. This girl in my neighborhood did it, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do that. Because she's like, I have so much money. I don't know what to do with. So I did it and I left and I went to New York, Manhattan, and moved ASAP, and definitely was worth it for me to get out of that situation. I'm just glad it happened, or my life would have probably been totally different. Like, I don't even know what would have
Mm.
happened. So, yeah.
Glad you got out of that situation. And I mean, it sounds like it kind of led you. I mean, I don't know about the dark stuff, but leading into like the more moral
Yeah.
judgment on like helping other people, that it worked out for you.
Yeah, that's why I don't regret it. I didn't have any dark stuff happen to me there. I just seen it happen to a lot of other girls that cannot handle it. They can't handle alcohol. They can't handle the other girls there. They can't handle customers. They give their number to customers, and
Oh
that's
Ooh.
not
gosh.
good. You don't do things like that. But a lot of them, they just get caught up in that kind of life, and some don't. But it definitely ruins more people's lives than, enriches it, but it can be like I got a lot of opportunities from it. It's just how you carry yourself, and it's just a lot of girls aren't equipped to do that. So that's why I tell them the truth. Like, you really want to think about it, especially putting yourself on the internet, dude. Like, I
Yeah, because
advise them against that because dancing in a club is not like that. You're there and then you leave. Like, the internet is
forever.
forever. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
That's
why
why those
I just tell them the
photos.
truth. So,
Like, I think about, like, OnlyFans, because like, I'm sure some photos leak. It is
oh yeah,
inevitable, and it kinda
everyone's,
sucks 'cau
everyone,
everyone's, I guess, I
yeah,
don't know.
everyone.
It is just like, I like the idea that if I were to go to be at, like, a stripper, I have these bouncers to help. Like, I have all these people, like a support. I mean, I don't know how good the support systems are there, but like at least somewhat of a support system. There is no support system when it comes to OnlyFans. Photos leak, you're screwed.
Yep. Yeah, and it's really oversaturated, and it's just girls don't make money on there. Like, unless you have like a ginormous following already, it's really oversaturated, and girls lie all the time how much they make because they just want girls to sign up with their links and they get paid from that. But no, that's why I talk to girls about that too. Like, girls have ruined relationships over making like $50 after like 4 months.
50, that is not enough to ruin a relationship.
The average. I saw this on Brett Cooper. The average makes like, what was it, like 100 something a week, which averages out.
Yeah, it's not enough.
Do it in and out.
Yeah.
That's that money that they pay it in and out, the $18 an hour is what In and Out pays. So whatever that is a week, I don't know, but $18 an hour at In and Out is what these girls are making on OF, and that's the 1%. That's the top 1% of girls on OnlyFans. These girls that are like, boy, make 6 or 6 digits or whatever. You're like,
they don't make anything.
The elite of the elite, if they're not lying, they're the elite.
They don't, and it's really sad. Like, girls just ruin shit, like their boyfriends, their parents, because of for nothing. Because girls on TikTok lie to them, like, I just showed my foot and I got 10 grand. They're lying.
No, you didn't.
The other thing they're doing now and telling girls, very impressionable young girls, to do is just go on sugar daddy sites and just talk to these guys and pretend like you're gonna meet them. I'm like, are you trying to get them killed? Like, you're gonna meet a psycho. You can't keep doing that and making him give you money. Like, oh yeah, I'll meet you, and then try to blow him off. Like, he's gonna find your ass, dude. Like, you're gonna piss someone off. Like, that has happened to girls I know in real life. Like, there was a man who waited outside for a girl and he raped her and she almost died. Like, he waited for her and she cut out the back because she didn't want to tip everyone, and he got her. And dude, like, girls do that shit all the time. And I'm like, you're telling girls you're playing with fire. Like, you're going to get someone killed doing that. You can't lead guys on like that on these sites. And I'm like, are you out of your mind? No dude is giving you 10 grand to see a picture of your foot, not even your tit. That is ridiculous. They want something, or they're going to. And if you don't give it to them, I would not do that. So I try to like combat that as much as I can, because that is dangerous shit you're telling them to do. And they're probably lying anyway.
Absolutely. I definitely want to bring you back to talk more about like OnlyFans and like the more we'll call it the I don't even know what to call it. I don't even know.
Porta potty thing?
No, well, that falls a little bit in there, I suppose. Yeah. Depends on what you ask.
A pump and dump, okay?
I swear, if you want to see more, just Google that. There's not pictures of it. It's just like girls talking about it. I never seen it.
Okay, well, how about this? We call it like the sex work, and I think like you're elucidating a lot of stuff that like some people know, and I'm gonna say a lot of people do not know.
Yeah,
because yet again, women trapping other women.
Yeah, it's really
what I'm hearing. Is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
John says strippers and sex workers will lie about money they make. You may have once in your 10-year career get a $2,000 tips, but that's not the standard. It's the 0.0001% of the customers. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay, so we're at the 2-hour mark, and I feel like this conversation has just like been so good. So thank you.
Tugs is ready to go to sleep. She's like,
know. Yeah, it's nighttime. It's nighttime. It's what? So what time is it? It's 8 o'clock. So
yeah, it's only 8 o'clock here. I'm good.
But in any case, Tugs, anything you want to promote coming up this week?
No. Yes, Wickeds.
We're gonna be on Wicked Virtues channel tomorrow for a ladies' night. Yeah. 8 p.m. Eastern. On her YouTube channel. And you know where to find me, everyone. And LeeAnn, I know you have a link tree. If we can maybe spam that.
Just Twitter. I stream on Twitch now. I have been the past week, just playing like Resident Evil.
Nice.
Ooh, I want to follow you on Twitch.
Yeah, it's just LeeAnn Star. It's LeeAnn Star or LeeAnn Star 23 on everything. So Insta and Twitter, it's LeeAnn Star 23.
Oh, thank you,
And the
Holocron.
rest of them, like Kick and Twitch and Rumble, is just LeeAnn Star.
Yeah. I have to say that I really like watching your Twitter vids that you post up. Like,
oh my gosh, they make me laugh.
I don't even post some of them because I don't know.
I don't know. It's like you just like need like a moment to get all your thoughts out. You get them out, and you're like, okay, done.
Yeah, I just like film like right on the spot too, like everything. I never like
Really?
script anything. I can't. And I can't reshoot it. I have to do it all once
Just
or
all
I
once and
can't do
go.
it again.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for coming on. This was really fun. I think a lot of great things. We went literally all over in topics.
I hope that's like okay. You could be like,
oh,
my God,
absolutely.
bitch is retarded. So I don't know.
Oh, you know what? You are very much like us. We do get off the rails a lot on different conversations.
I'll talk about everything. I'm not like offended by anything either.
Yeah. So thank you. And chat
anytime.
Follow LeeAnn. I saw Holocron pop LeeAnn's I guess it's not Linktree, but it's all my links.
Yeah.
I got that wrong.
They kicked me off a Linktree. I don't know why. I don't think we even have like OF on there, but I don't think I had it on there, honestly, because it's not on there either. I don't have it linked on my link like that. So
that's very odd.
I have no idea why they did. It was like last year or something.
Like, ESG, it's ESG.
Fuck Linktree then, all right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. You guys can
the body one.
But thank you very much, and we will see you guys next week. Bye everyone.
Bye.